Yo, how's everyone doing? Sorry for joining late. Just trying to figure out some things. So we just wait while some other people join so we can start. I don't want to keep you too long on this live stream. Like I told you last week, this is something I want to do often, um to always be connected to my audience, not just posting long form videos on my YouTube channel and just leave it at that, or like communicating through what's it called, like the comment section. When you ask questions, I respond. Like I want to try to connect with my audience through this medium. So that's why I promised, I think that was last week when I had the last live stream, that I'm going to be doing this like often, so I can um keep up to date with my audience, communicate with them, and everything. Because sometimes it can be really overwhelming, and I might not be able to communicate with you guys as I really want to. So that's the essence of this. And good news, like apart from this, I think next week, if I'm not mistaken, by my calendar, next week I'll be bringing someone like who is really, really, really into this whole thing, talk of staying in Germany, opportunities in Germany and Europe in general, and everything I do on this channel. So he's going to be live with me next week. I think Friday or Saturday. I'm going to put out the flyer as I normally do, so it gets you guys prepared, and so you can create time to attend. So I'm sure you already saw the flyer, and I said I'm going to be talking about study and work, which is like a regular thing I do here, and also opportunities in Germany and in Europe, not just Germany alone, but in general Europe. And then I'm going to be doing like a Q&A about job search if you're already in Germany or maybe outside Germany. And then the last thing I'm going to be talking about is like dating and socializing in Germany or in Europe in general. Because, hey, let's be frank, like, yeah, you're coming here for opportunities and all of this stuff, but then you have to create fun for yourself. You have to connect with people. You have to socialize because you can't just stay in your room 24/7. It's either you're going to work, and if you're religious, you're going to maybe the mosque or the church, and then on weekends you socialize with people. Either you go to a club or like a hangout or with friends or picnic. I mean, right now you can't do picnic because of the weather, but yeah, dating generally. And that's what we're going to be doing today on this live stream. And so just before we continue, I don't know if I'm really audible. Is my mic working clear enough? From my signal here, it shows it's working, but you can leave it in the comment section if you hear me loud and clear. Like, hi, I hear you loud and clear. The mic is working, that kind of stuff. So, while other people join, so we don't have to repeat ourselves, like talking about the same thing over and over and over again. So let's go. If my mic is quite audible, if you can hear me, just leave it in the comment section. We can hear you loud and clear. Okay. I'm going to, before we start going into questions, what I want to do, I want to know you guys. Like, most of you know me already, right? But I'm going to introduce myself, and I really want to know you guys, like, not just seeing who's watching this live stream, but I want to know you guys. So, what you're going to do for me is leave it in the comment section, your name, and where you come from, maybe your country or where you presently are. Maybe if you're not in Germany yet, you say, okay, let's say I'm from the United States, or I'm from Nigeria, and I'm in Germany, or I'm in so country. Let's go. So my name is Eval Sam Etta, aka Sammy Sticks, aka that fresh, yummy hot chocolate. I'm sure you can see that by yourself. That fresh, yummy hot chocolate. Don't forget that intro. So I'm a Nigerian. I live here in Germany. I currently live in Baden-Württemberg. I work currently at the airport, Flughafen Frankfurt. So if you ever travel and you're at the airport, do holla at me if I'm there. I'm going to say hi to you. I work with one of the airlines there, precisely American Airlines, in Frankfurt. I make videos. I'm currently schooling in Hochschule Worms. Um, it's my it's my, I mean, we're on break now, but so when we resume, it's my last semester. I'll be writing my thesis and I'll be done finally with my master's. So yeah, that's all about me. So tell me about yourself. Let's go. I'm gonna put in it so you can see it. The first person here says Nana Amo from Ghana. Aquaba. Shout out to my Ghanaian audience. I love you guys. Hey Sam, my name is Efel Gene. I am from Nigeria and I'll be arriving in Germany by April to come do my masters. You've been really very helpful. Thank you very much. Efel Gene from Nigeria. I'm sure that's from Edo, I think, or Delta. And I can't wait to meet you if you arrive in Germany. If you happen to go through Frankfurt Airport and I'm working that day, just send me a message on Instagram. I'll surely come by. Um, which other messages here? Okay, just the two. Okay, so I already saw this one. Hey, there are about like 7 or 8 people here. Come on, tell me about yourself. Don't be shy. Just write it in the comment section. I want to know you guys. Okay. What was the other one? Okay, so let's just get right into it while other people join. So if you're just joining, like I said, my name is Eval Sameta and we're hosting this live stream today. We're talking about study and work in Germany. We are talking about opportunities in Germany and in Europe, not just Germany, because a lot of people are just focused on just one country. So, but I'm going to be talking about opportunities in Germany and in Europe, and also doing like a Q&A concerning job search because that's like a hot topic currently now in Germany. If you're following me on Instagram, then you should be aware of what's going on in Germany when it comes to job search. So I'm going to be talking about that also, and also like I said, dating and socializing in Germany. So we are not just going to be doing a lot of talking and questions on job search, but we're going to be talking about dating and socializing. I'm going to be telling you apps you could use. See, you need to understand something. When I talk about these apps, it doesn't mean it has to just be dating. It could be finding friends, with the locals. Because one thing you should know is that if you really want to understand how the system works, you should have a local as a friend, and it will make your life easier here in Germany and in Europe generally. So, I'm going to be telling you apps you can use to make this easier for yourself, and also the essentials of socializing with people here in Germany. So, if you're locked in or if you're ready for this, then don't go anywhere. I just need maybe 1 hour of your time, and we should be done with that. I don't want to keep you guys too long. Um, so the first question here, I don't know if someone else introduced themselves. Okay, yeah, someone said something. Lots of love from your Nigerian brother. I joined this live from the NGND group. My name is Innocent Uchena. Shout out to my brother, my Nigerian brother Uchena, from the southeastern part of Nigeria. I hope I'm correct. Yeah. And thank you for coming from the group. That's one group. We share informations there about coming to Germany, strictly Germany. And if you want, you can also join that group. I can leave the link in the comment section of this live. And also, if you want to join like opportunities in Germany and in Europe where there's no restrictions, you can also join my Telegram channel. It's on the description page of my YouTube channel. You can just go there and join and ask questions. I always drop like the things you don't see on the WhatsApp group, you always see it on the Telegram group. So I drop opportunities there in different parts of Europe and in Germany. It could be scholarship, it could be work, it could be anything you're looking for. So don't sleep on this one. I think I can, let me see if I can drop like the link here somewhere. Before this live ends, I'm going to try to drop it, and if I can't, then I drop it on the comment section so you can come back and always click on the link, or like I said, just check on the description of my channel and you see it there. So let's go to the first question of the day. Um, Yasin Yasin Taboti. I hope I'm not pronouncing your name wrongly. Thought until you thought until you Darmstadt EIM program. It's my second semester and I'm considering switching because it's theory based and not what I was expecting. What do you suggest? You know why, Yasin, you know why I laughed, while I was reading your comments? Because this is the university I actually got admitted to when I came to Germany initially. And it reminds me of a lot of things. Right from my home country, uh, when I got admitted into this university, right? It's a really good university. I can't lie. It's top notch. It's when you talk about TU9, it's part of TU9 universities. All of that stuff, blah 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 blah. But right, if it depends on you. But when I came to Germany, I'm in the management field. And if you're watching this live stream, you should already know that anything that has to do with management is more practical oriented than theory. So I came and a lot of things were happening at the same time. I was finding it difficult to cope there. It's not like I'm dull. I'm not dull. I might not be like an A1 or 1.0 student, but if I write an exam, if I prepare for an exam, I write and pass. That's the kind of student I am, and my what do you call it? My record speaks for it. So, but when I came to Germany, came to this university, and man, like I was wasting time and time and time. Time was going right, and then I had to make like the harsh decision that maybe it's time for me to just leave this university, and just leave. Because each time I want to leave, someone always say, "Oh, don't leave. It has a really good name. If you put it on your CV when you're looking for job, it's easy." But ask yourself, like, is this really what you want to do? Like, am I really gaining the thing I really wanted to, get from this university, or I'm just surviving? And honestly, you don't have to survive in a university. Rather, you have to enjoy your course, because at the end of the day, when you graduate and you're looking for a job, it's not it's what you learn, right, that you're going to put into practice. But if you are just surviving, then you're not going to enjoy it at all, and it's going to have a toll on you when you're looking for a job, or when you ask certain things, or when you're asked to do certain tasks in your office. So I think if you check my YouTube channel, I had to leave the university eventually after everything, and I couldn't cope there anymore. So I left Yasin. So honestly, and this is the same course I was doing, entrepreneurship and innovation management. I had to leave because I couldn't stay there anymore. I couldn't deceive myself anymore, and I started searching for a university that aligns with what I want, practical oriented program. And I had to switch to Hochschule Worms, which is like a little bit, like maybe 30 or 40 minutes from Darmstadt, if I'm not mistaken. And I started there. It's currently, I think, my second semester, or my second semester, yeah, because I had to transfer some of my courses from TU Darmstadt, although not all of them was accepted, just few of them was accepted. And then I had to do some other courses. And that is the best decision I made. Honestly speaking, that is the best. I don't know, maybe I'm going to make a YouTube video about this, but that is the best decision I made, since I came to Germany concerning university, and I'm enjoying this university. I've met tons and tons of classmates, friends. This program is so practical oriented, and it's like a small group in the class. You don't have like 20, 50 persons in one class, or 100 persons in one class. You literally know the next person sitting next to you in the class. The professor knows you by your name. That's how interesting it is. In a class, you could see 20 or 25. If you're taking an exam, you could see 15 or 20 persons taking the exams. And we've been able to work with companies. That's the most important thing, because you're not going to be doing theory when you start working. You're going to be doing more of practicals. So within just this short time of studying in this school, I've been able to, we've worked with different companies. I think there's the last semester we just finished, we had like a 1 week program where we had to work with different companies, and then they give us their tasks, which we have to use to understand everything that was taught in class, right? So we worked with different startups. We worked with even like a cafe, very good cafe in Mannheim. I think it's called Cafe Bunya. Yeah, that's the name. That was the first place we went to, and then some other companies. And you could remember everything. If someone asks you in 10 years' time about a particular concept in entrepreneurship or in management, you can always remember because of those programs or those companies you visited. So that's the thing I like about this university. It's called Hochschule Worms. You can check their website if you're interested in switching. They have entrepreneurship course. They also have aviation management. They also have, I think, global trade management. So if you're from Hochschule Worms watching my live stream, shout out to you guys. I love you guys. All of my professors. I love you guys. Um, back to your question. This is what I think. If you want a more practical oriented program, then TU Darmstadt is not the right university for you because it's theory based. But if you're into computer engineering, engineering courses, electrical engineering, all of those kind of things, then that's the right place for you to be. So, if exactly when you're talking about different universities in Germany, if you want a practical oriented program, then you should go to most of the universities of applied sciences. There, you're going to do more practical stuff than theory. So, Yasin, that's why I think it's left for you to take the decision. You might not go to Hochschule Worms. There are like other universities around. You could check. I think there's also university in Mannheim and Heidelberg. So you could check to see if your courses are like in those places. Then you could take a decision and enroll there. And trust me, you won't regret you did so. Don't waste your time in a university where you can't meet up or where you are not finding it interesting. Because if the program is no longer interesting to you, then it's just a whole waste of time. Um. So, hey Sam, could you suggest sites and apps to? Hey Sam, could you suggest sites and apps or places to find jobs for new students arriving in April? Yeah, I could. So that's one of the reasons for this live stream. So there are so many sites. Then again, it depends on where you're living, like the city where you're living. But there are common sites you could always go to, like Indeed. You could always go to I wrote them so I don't forget. You could always do like LinkedIn in case you're looking for a more professional kind of job. Excuse me. You could also do Glassdoor, and you could also go directly on the company's website. So, for example, you want to work in, let's say, Tesla. You could go directly on Tesla's site, and through the career side of the site, you can apply directly. And if you meet their requirements, they'll employ you. Trust me. Most times when you go through all of these third parties, it take a longer time. But sometimes you just need to be proactive, like by applying directly to the company HR. Where you check their site, you always see like the person in charge of recruitment, and if you meet the said requirement, you can then. But if you are looking for like jobs, like side jobs, you can always do like Zen job. Register, put all the documents they require, and you'll be getting those kind of side jobs, maybe cleaning, maybe warehouse in the sense that you work in somewhere like Zara is one of the easiest side jobs you can do. What you just have to do is fold clothes, like it's a store where people come in and buy clothes. Your own is just to fold clothes that are, scattered, or just stocks that come in, you have to arrange them, that kind of stuff. So if you want to do that, you can also apply through Zen job. And it will shock you to know that also through Zen job you could get like vex student job, that's student and working student job, and even full-time or part-time contracts, you can also get it on Zen job. You just have to uh, fill out the documents they require from you, your enrollment and everything, and you start getting. Once they confirm your account, then you start getting jobs will be apportioned to you. Also, sometimes you should be proactive by going directly to these people, like the company itself. You can go directly to them and drop your application. Like if you want to do side jobs, They will always take it. I know friends that have done that and are working in some of those places today. So that's also one thing you can do. And you can do one thing if you land here. I don't know what city you are, but when you come, if I see anything, because once in a while I put it on my Telegram channel, like job opportunities, you can also join and then you can apply if something matches your kind of job you're looking for. um Hi Sam, I'm coming to the city Passoa for master's program, and I may need a student job to support my living, but the city is a small city, about 50,000 inhabitants with limited job opportunities. Now that is not a problem um in team Enoch. That is not a problem. You should look for the nearest city to Passoa. That's the bigger city next to Passoa. If you're someone who likes to travel, then you should be able to do that. A lot of people do this. Some of them live in small cities but work in bigger cities. So you should be able to do that. Once you come to Germany and you've done all your documentation, then you should start checking for jobs outside Passoa, like the closest city to your to this place you're talking about. That's the easiest way. Like for example, I live in Baden-Württemberg, which is like almost an hour train drive to Frankfurt, right? So I work at the airport, but I do that always 1 hour. So it's not. I mean, where I live, I could find jobs, but it's difficult. So I have to like do this, and because of the kind of contract I have with this company, so that's the thing. It's not a contract that that can easily come by. So if you're ready to travel, you should be able to do that. Even people who are staying, what's it called, in Potsdam, they go to work in Berlin. They work in Berlin, and then they travel from Potsdam to Berlin because of the limited amount of jobs in Potsdam. So you should be able to do that. Uh, the next thing from yeah, my blog is, yeah. It doesn't matter. Once you come and you land a job and you're able to manage like your time, with school and work. Because the honest truth is, a lot of people don't know, but working and studying at the same time is not easy, especially if you're coming from a country where this is not a thing. When you come to Germany, you find it very difficult, like managing both working and studying. It can be really difficult, especially if your course is demanding and then your job is also demanding. You have to find a balance, else one of them will suffer. So, if you're able to manage your time, you'll be able to offset that loan you're talking about, which you got for your blocked account. Yeah, you can check my description on the YouTube so I don't mistakenly go off the live. I'll try to see if I can put it. Just a moment. I can actually let me see if I can actually do it. Just hold on. Should be able to post it here. Yep. Let me also put like the WhatsApp group, so you can also join if you want to. But on the WhatsApp group, it's just strictly Germany. But on the Telegram, it's like on non-restricted. I don't restrict anything. All I do is just opportunities in Germany and in Europe in general. And that's the next one. So you can join with them. Yeah. Okay. Uche, you can check the link. The WhatsApp is there now. Okay. So the next question. Hey Sam, we appreciate all that you do. What can you say about the University of Göttingen and the city itself? Okay, so one thing I can say is this was one of the university I was supposed to go to. I actually applied to this university when I left TU Darmstadt. I applied to Göttingen. I think I applied to Worms, and then I applied to some other one. And a friend of mine, you can also link her up. She's on Instagram, Ruby. Ruby is also in this university. I think she's almost done, and she was on my channel once like that. Göttingen is also like a small city. It's not like so big, and so the city is actually chill, but the difficulty in this city you might find might be availability of jobs and stuff. Accommodation might also not be a thing because it's like a small city. It's not so big, so you should be able to get accommodation easily, because that's one thing you all should be aware of. Germany is having issues of accommodation, so you have more people and less housing. So in bigger cities especially, but in smaller cities, it's something you can go. You can also like come around. But when it comes to like jobs, it could be limited. So you also have to travel to like the next bigger city, and also yeah, the city generally, what I can say generally, the city is okay. But when you're talking of jobs, then you have to go further. It's not easy finding jobs like in that city, Marvan. This name sounds very familiar. I think you follow me on Instagram. The nearest city is Munich, about 2 hours. So wow, you have to travel a total of 4 hours in a day. See, we see the thing is, most times when I do consultation with people, this is one thing I always advise them. Don't always go for a university because it has a name or something. You need to understand that in Germany, all of the universities you go to are recognized in the world. So there's no one that is bigger than one. You can say, okay, in terms of ranking, this ranking are done by people based on certain criteria. But your certificate is recognized anywhere in the world. So when it comes to picking universities, you need to consider a lot of things. If you are the type of person who wants to also work and study, you need to consider the city. Is it viable for working? If it's not, then you have to also look for universities that are in cities where you can easily get jobs, because presently in Germany jobs is becoming a thing, so if you live in a small city that is not really, nothing is really happening, you're going to face difficulty. Like what you're saying now, you live in Passau and then the next city is Munich, which is like 2 hours, so you have to do 4 hours. And how much exactly are you being paid? Imagine you're being paid 15 euros per hour or maybe 14 euros per hour, I don't know. You have to travel 4 hours and then you have to work how many hours? Maybe 7 hours or 8 hours. So the time you're using to travel, you could have actually worked and gained money, but you're using it to travel. So you need to also check all these things whenever you're applying to university. But if you're the type who just wants to school and afterwards you try to get a job, it's fine. You can school in a small city, do your thing, and then you leave after your university. But please, like whenever you're looking out for universities, also consider the job opportunities in that city, not just the university is this, the university is known for this, the university is known for that. Please, this is one thing you should please consider when you're applying to universities, and it will do you a lot of good. The okay, I posted it. So this was the link you asked for. You can just click on it and it will take you to the WhatsApp. Like I said, on the WhatsApp, it's strictly German, then German questions and answers or informations. But on the Telegram, which is this, is everything that covers abroad. In fact, sometimes I post opportunities from even the US, Australia, in different parts of the world. So this is not restricted. What's the next question? Um, Sam, please, can you make a video on crucial first steps to take as a student arriving in Germany from the very first week? Maybe like a roadmap getting SIM card. I did a video on that. just check on my YouTube channel, check like the playlist, or just check the videos. You're going to see, I think I made two videos about this topic. And I can also do like a new, I just write, take a note of it. I can also do like a new one because again, things are changing in Germany. So things are not as they used to be. So these crucial things to do when you arrive Germany, crucial things. Arrive Germany. Okay. But in just before you do that, you can before you do that, you can also like check the videos I made in the past and see if you can gain one or two things from it. And if you don't, then definitely I'll make a new video about this. But the only thing is, as I'm making this video, you guys should watch my videos. You guys should give it a thumbs up by liking. You guys should leave comments. That way, there's like an engagement, and YouTube further, recommends it to people to watch because it's insightful, it's informative, and all of that stuff. Don't just say make video and then I make the video and you don't watch it. It takes a lot of time to make videos these days and edit and all of that stuff. So I'm here to always give you information. I'm here to always make videos for you in case you want to watch vlogs, stuff about Germany, like stuff about Europe and every other countries. You should do it. Like I have a project coming up where I will be traveling to different European countries and I'll be telling a story through this and the opportunities in those countries. So you don't also just hear, but you see visuals of them. So yeah, please do one thing by supporting my channel. That's the only thing I beg of you to do. Just support my channel to grow. And yeah, I'll keep making those videos for you guys. The next question here is from Ting Ting Who. What do you think about master's program but French Studium like IUBH? But okay, like that's like French Studium. That's like distant, is it distant learning or something? Um, well, for me, if you're, I would rather prefer you do like a regular kind of master's program. But even if you want to do like a French studium, German, if you want to do like a French studium, you can also this school. I can't remember the name now. Thinking you can leave the full meaning of this in the comment section. You can also do it. It's the same thing like what IU University does, International University they do. So, but one thing is you have to be really cautious of the fact that is it online or is it like in person? Like there was an issue um that was late last year till January, of which I'm making a video about it. The video should be up this week about like the issue with French Studium. So, and it had to do with most students from what's it called from India. They were the ones more affected, mostly affected. So watch that video to get more information from it. But from my side, I always advise you to do like a regular program. It doesn't mean if you do like a French studium in Germany, you it's not recognized. Like I said, you need to check with the authorities because sometimes you waste your time in doing all of these things and at the end of the day it's a waste of time, it's not recognized. But first of all, check with the necessary authorities and you should be able to do it. Especially if you're the type of person who do not really have the time to do like a regular master's program, then French studium should be your sure bet. What's the next question? Can you mention anything you wish you knew during your master's application period and some things you regret doing during application? Thoughts on Jira as well? Very good question. So most of the things I did, for example, when I was writing my motivation letter to the university, most people, you know what they do? They write the same motivation letter to three different universities, the same one. And that's really not good. If you're applying, for example, to a university and every university has different course, every university has um, why you're applying to them. Every university has like the reason, like the motivation behind your application. So, but if you are doing the same thing across three different universities, it's also going to take like a toll on you when you have your embassy appointment, because most people also do the mistake of using the same application motivation letter for their embassy stuff, which doesn't correlate, So, like, when you talk about application, motivation for your university, that was one thing. If I was able to know on time, the way I wrote my motivation letter would be different. I just wrote it. I also used like I think I used like AI to come up with it, and then I had to like write it on my own. But the thing that why you are motivated from your head is different from what like AI generates for you, and that's one thing, my motivation letter. Another thing was not reaching out to my professors, because I had this Nigerian mentality. If you're Nigerian watching this video, I'm sure you'll be able to relate to what I'm about to say. Like, we're always scared of our professors, like if we write to them, they will not answer, or they'll use it to make caricature in class, those kind of stuff. But when I got admission, I really did not reach out to my professors. I really did not reach out to anyone, just maybe a few students who were already schooling there, but like majorly my professors. And when I came to Germany and I was having interactions with people, in my university, most of them had this thing. While I was applying, I reached out to my professor of this course or this module. I reached out to the professor in this module, and he had this to say, he had that to say, she had this to say, and she connected me with like some other things, and I was just there. So I really regret, not doing those kind of things, like reaching out to the professor, because these people are open. That's the reason they tell you. That's the reason why they are there in the first place. If you're not the reason why they're there, then they won't be having that job in the first place. So if you're watching this video, always make it as an important thing to reach out to your professors. If there are certain things you don't understand about your course or your certain models, and you want to get better understanding, if they don't, they'll respond to your email and even advise for you to have like a one-on-one conversation with them, maybe online, maybe through Zoom or one of these mediums. So always make it as a point of importance, if I have to say that, to reach out to your professors in your department, in your university, also to the international office for anything you don't understand, and don't just apply blindly to the university. Even if that's not the university you plan on attending, you can still do that, and they'll always respond to you. And also try to reach out to alumni of those places. If you check their website, you always see links. That's how I was able to have it easy, in my new university. I reached out to a lot of people, both students and even professors, and they always sent me like a feedback, So if you're watching this video, always make it as a point of importance to always reach out to what's it called, like your university, your professors, your international office. Do that, and it will help you a lot. And also, my thought on GRE: if your course requires you to do that, then you should do it, and make sure you ace it, because once you ace it, you'll be able to get your admission easily. Um, I'm sorry if if I'm talking too much or taking too much time on one question. I just want you to get like proper understanding before I move to the next question. Hi Sam, thanks for all you do. If one is on tight budget coming on a Shansen kata from Nigeria, how much should one expect to spend monthly in a city like Berlin? First of all, Berlin is the capital of Germany, and Berlin is a really big city. In fact, the thing that's going to take your money more is accommodation. Like, and it before you even get it's a hassle, But if you're coming on the Shansen Carter, for example, you should, because right now things are getting really expensive. Inflation is kicking in, not just in Germany but around the world. So I mean, on a good budget, you should be able to spend maybe 1,000 or 1,005 monthly, depending on the part of Berlin you're staying, because Berlin is also big. You could be staying in the heart of Berlin, or you could be staying in like the suburb of Berlin. Those kind of places. So on a good day, you should be able to 1,005 should be able to carry you monthly. and you might still have something left, but just to be on the safe side, you should be able to have give 1,005. And since you're coming with Shanson Carter, when you come, you can also do like jobs. It doesn't matter the kind of job you do, and most of those jobs will always pay you anything above 1,000 euros. So 1,005. It depends on the kind of job, like I said, and you should be able to survive with that because you also come with like a blocked account or like sponsorship. So you should be able to cope with 1,005 with the additional money you get the from your blocked account or from the company, sorry, where you'll be working. But know this: if you intend to live in Berlin, especially in the heart of Berlin, accommodation is a hassle and is expensive. Another question from this person. Also, I'm going to study at Münster in the state of North Rhine-Westphalia. Please, do you know if this is a good place for job opportunities? Hmm. I think Munster is quite big, so job you should have it easy finding jobs. And if you can't get jobs inside, there should be places around to get jobs. And also one thing, you should also check for remote jobs. People don't know this, but you can get remote jobs here in Germany. I know of a friend of mine who does remote job, and the company is actually based in Berlin, but he's living in, I think, Heidelberg, yeah, and he works remotely, full time, in fact, for this company. So you should also look out for remote jobs here in Germany. There are so many of them. While you're looking for other kind of jobs, so that you don't have to travel long distance or you don't have to travel at all. If you ask me as a person, I would rather prefer to work from the comfort of my home or anywhere in the world than going to a physical office. So you should look that for as an option also. Um, how quickly can one expect to get part-time job upon landing? Number one, just a minute. Number one, you need to understand bureaucracy in Germany. When you land in Germany, first you need to do get SIM, which is like a normal thing. You need to do like a meldon, which is like city registration, registering your apartment. So you see, you need an accommodation first before you can even do like an meldon. You need to open bank. You need to get your tax ID. You need to do social security. You need to get your social security number and all of those paperwork before you can even start thinking of jobs, because in Germany all of these things are interrelated. If you go to apply for a job, they're going to ask you for bank, they're going to ask you for tax ID, they're going to ask you for social security. So all in all, depending on the city you stay, sometimes some cities are really fast and some cities can be really slow, especially bigger cities, because in most of these cities there are more people, so it takes a lot of time to process all of these applications. So if you're able to do this, sometimes you could do this within 1 month. Some people think it takes like 1 week and you're done. Sometimes it takes you even 1 to 2 months, especially when you have to look for accommodation. Imagine looking for accommodation 1 month, 2 months, and you don't still get. That means your stuff is going to suffer. Your city registration is going to suffer. So when you are able to do all of these things, let's just assume rough estimate 1 month, then you can now start applying for part-time jobs. And you can, like the website I mentioned earlier, you can start applying to them and you should be able to get something. And also, don't be shy. You can also speak to what's it called, like the international office. Sometimes they always get like job opportunities from different companies in Germany, and they can connect you to these companies, which is what I really like about my university. And that brings me to you learning German also. So if you come to Germany with, like, let's say A1, let's say A2 or B1, you're on a good spot, because most of the companies might be international companies. They don't require English. Some of them might be German owned companies and they require at least B1 for you to get in as a VEX student with a VEX student contract. So that's the beauty of this whole thing. Like in my university, I love it so much because they always, like in our mail from the university system, they always send us job offers from different companies, like big companies, where you can work. And once they know you are from this university, it's easy for you to get the job, so long as you meet the requirement. So like I said, give and take 1 month. If it's a bigger city, at least 2 months. Is being a student athlete better in Germany, Berlin, or Barcelona, Spain? And considering part-time jobs, rent, and accommodation. So, team, first of all, you need to be specific. What kind of athlete? Because in Berlin, yes, it's good because you have it's more international. You have more people from different parts of the world coming there, so it's more international. But Barcelona is like kind of limited. So I need to understand in what, um how do you say it, in what, because as an athlete you can do different things. So I need to understand in what specific, how do oh my god, like learning German is messing with my English right now. But I'm sure you understand what I'm trying to say. And considering part-time jobs, obviously Germany, Berlin will always top Barcelona. Barcelona is like a tourist destination. People just go there to chill, and the standard of living is low. The salary there is low. What you are getting as minimum wage here in Germany is lower, and that's why you have more people from Spain coming to work in Germany. Yes, you have Spanish internationals who work here in Germany. I've seen not just one, so many of them who work in Germany. So Berlin will always, in fact, top the chart for that. So if you're considering that, I would recommend Berlin for you. Okay. Oh, thank you, Sammy. You're welcome. Ting ting. Top courses that are in demand in 2027. There are so many of them. There's if you talk about uh engineering, for example, electrical engineering, you can work like anywhere. A friend of mine was were on a call last week, and he was telling me how he got a job with Deutsche Bahn, and his job is so chill because of the course he studied, electrical engineering. He works as an electrician with Deutsche Bahn. So there are a lot of things you could do. When you talk about mechanical engineering, also you can work for companies like Tesla. You can work for companies like Mercedes Benz. One of the reasons I'm not working for Benz at the earlier stage when I came to Germany was because my German was not good up to B1 as at then. So I couldn't land a contract with them. I already had someone who recommended me, but my German was not good. So that's another thing. And also, if you're the type who's into like computers, like computer engineering, anything that has to do with AI, because that's the future. A lot of companies are now tilting towards that. Also, cybersecurity and all of those kind of stuff are like a thing here in Germany, and it's about artificial intelligence generally. So, if you're in the computer space, then that's good for you. If you're in the engineering space, that's also good for you. Also, if you are in the management space, you need to add some level of IT in it for you to stand out too. So that's what I can tell you about this question you just asked. Most of the top courses that are in demand in 2026, rather, not 2027, because now time we are still in 2026. What's the next question? Fortunately, my course is not demanding, and it's only 60 ECTS, and I have 6 semesters at most. 60 ECTS for a course. Are you sure? Most of the courses are like 90 ECTS or 120. What course is that? I really want to know about this, your course. I really want to know. Like 60 ECTS. And why are you doing a course? I mean, I'm not saying you can't do a course that you like, which is not in demand, but like you should do something that, when you're done, you should be able to get like a job, you know. But Like ECTS is so strange. It's really strange. In Enoch, I would really like to know what course that is. Yeah, 2026. Talk about scholarships currently open. Hmm, which scholarship is open now? Maybe I should make a long form video for that because right now I don't this scholarship right now we're on is it winter break or so we're about resuming um what's it called summer semester, so most of the scholarship might not really still be open, but I can do a research on it for you because I also put scholarship on my Telegram. If you want to come to Germany or Europe through scholarship, I also post it there. So I'll have to do like a research on that. With just click the notification bell on my channel so you can get notified when I make a video about that. And also join my Telegram channel if you're not already there. Does Germany accept left LOI or Duolingo in place of IELTS? Let, letter of instruction. Yes, Germany does. It depends on the university. In my case, all of the universities, TU Darmstadt and Hochschule, they all accepted the letter from my university stating that I studied English. The mode of instruction was English from my university, my bachelor's. So I really didn't have to submit IELTS. So you need to check the university's requirements. Now, most of them, some don't accept Duolingo, but most of the universities I know in Germany always go for IELTS if they're not taking the letter from your university. The next question here is okay. Thanks for your advice. That's not a question. You're welcome, Team 10. Um, USA versus Germany. Which would you recommend for an electrical engineering? Wanted to ask about the job market for it, but seems you have answered it already. Okay. Hmm. I think I don't know, but from my own perspective, I would recommend uh Germany because let's look at it in a long term on a long term basis. We are not talking about something you want to do and then leave. If I'm not mistaken, you're talking about something you want to do and then stay, get a job and live in that country. Now, when you're talking about staying, if you get like electrical engineering, for example, and then you leave, let's start with US, for example. You live in US, you have to talk about like the health system, you have to talk about a lot of things, you have to talk about availability of these things. But if you are the kind of person who doesn't want to learn German and you just want to speak English, then US is okay. You can always get something to do. But for me, on a personal basis, I won't recommend that. Rather, I'll recommend you to get this, like have like the electrical engineering stuff here in Germany. You have good command of the German language, you get jobs. I'm telling you, most of the people who always complain about not having jobs is because they don't have good command of German language. And electrical engineering or electrical engineer is a highly demanded. Oh my god, it's a job that is highly demanded in Germany. So you can work with so many companies. You can work with even with a automobile company. So for me, on a personal perspective, like I would recommend Germany any day, anytime. I mean, if you want to do US, you can do US, but I always recommend Germany because I'm looking at long term. I'm looking at security. I'm looking at health. I'm looking at, I don't want to say taxes because Germany, when you talk about tax, Germany is on a different level when it comes to taxes. But all of these things I've mentioned are things you should consider. Don't just consider the job because you're going to get the job, you're going to get very good salary, but think about long term. So for me, I always go for Germany. Thanks, man. If one enrolls in an intensive German course, on average, how much does it cost to go from A0 to B1 and B2? You should say from A1 to C2. And how long can it usually take? Okay, so I really didn't even know this question will come up, but recently I was at Deutsch Abend Academia in Mannheim, and I I should have brought it now, but I didn't know this question will come up. And I was speaking with the consultants there, and she told me to start from every module. Every module is 485 euros for every module. So that is A1.1, A1.2, and then you go to B1, and then you go to B2. So for every module, you have to spend 485 euros if you have to do it here in Germany. But there are other like means you can also split the payment. So if you're taking the studies in the afternoon, yeah, or in the morning, then you don't need to split the payment. But if you are doing it in the evening, which is like you need 2 months to complete the course, then you can split the payment between 2 months, the 485 euros. So but if you are doing it from outside Germany, you know that it's less expensive. That's the reason why I always say you can take advantage of the fact that you're still outside Germany and learn the language there because it's less expensive. But the only thing about learning German in Germany is because you're with the people, the locals, you are learning from a native speaking German. So pronunciation, listening, everything will be top notch, and English will be totally forgotten in the class. So that's the advantage of learning it. And if you're doing an intensive program, you need about 8 months to be able to get to C1 or C2. So every module is 100 lessons. When you do 100 modules for each lessons, 8 months you should be able to get up to C2 because you're going to write the exams. And also you have the opportunity to also do the Lieben in Deutschland exam. I know of a friend in my university presently, he did that and he's up to like B1. Now he's doing B2, and why he told me why he's even acing it is because he didn't learn it from his home country. He learned it here in Germany. And you don't speak English in class anymore. If you want to speak English, maybe outside, but you don't speak English. And that's really good because you're giving assignments, you're giving tests, you're giving things to do. So 24/7 in class, you're speaking German. If you go outside, you're speaking German. If you're on the train, you want to buy something in the grocery store, you're speaking German. So you see, everything around you is German, German, German. So, like I said, the price 485 euros in that school, and you need at least 8 months for you to actually finish up the program. And then again, it depends on you because you have to be determined to do that. Also, the job situation for tech guys as hard and bad as seen on some Germany. So yeah, like before we used to always say, oh, the tech guys are like really lucky because sometimes they don't even require German. But it's crazy because right now those tech jobs are now requesting German. In fact, some of them require B2 German, and in some hot cases they require C1. Now, here's the reason why they're doing that. The reason why they're doing that is because there are so many tech guys and less jobs. So the only way to be able to do that is to use the German language to filter applications. So by the time they say B2, so many are dropping, or C1, so many are dropping. So that's the reason. It doesn't just end in you saying, oh, I'm tech savvy, or I graduated with this course in the tech field, I can get jobs easily. That was in the past. But right now, in the present day Germany, you have to prove that you understand German for you to even land the job or move from stage one of the recruitment to stage two. So it's not easy. So it cuts across all fields right now. So that's the reason why I say learn German, learn German, learn German. But if you think, oh, I don't want to learn German and I'm going to get a job, I wish you all the best. Um, hi, please. How else can I reach out to you after this webinar? Adeshola, you can reach out to me via my Instagram. I'm gonna leave it in the chat. Uh, that's some mistakes. That's my Instagram. You can reach out to me, and um, yeah, whatever you want to ask, you can reach out to me, and then you can also book like a consultation through my website. Or if you are not in Germany, you can then send me a DM, and then I'll tell you the procedure, and we can talk afterwards. Okay, I answered this question already. So after applying for admission, does German universities do interviews? No, it depends on the course you're applying for. Most of what they do is what's it called? Test. So there are certain courses you apply to, and you don't just get admission like every other course. You have to write an exam online, and it's really strict and monitored. And if you're able to pass, then yes, I think TU Darmstadt started doing that. So yeah, but if you apply to some universities that don't do that, then once you apply, maybe through Union Assist, you submit all of the documents, then you wait and you get the outcome of what's it called, like the your application, if you get it or not, through your email. But some universities do like exams before you get the admission. Hey, I am from Kenya and I'm currently in B2, almost finishing. Yay! Wow, that's really good. Like, that's really good. And what course are you studying, Christian? What course do you intend to study, rather, when you come to Germany? Or if you're not coming as a student, maybe through, what's it called? Chancenkarte or Ausbildung Opportunity. Yes, just Chancenkarte Opportunity Card. Okay, presently I'm in Hochschule Worms. It's spelled like this. Hochschule Worms. Yeah. Ooh, IT. That's really good. So I'm in Hochschule Worms. If you want to check it out, you can check it out. Um, and do you already have like a university or are you already applying or you've applied or you're just taking your time to study the language before coming? And it's really nice because I think last year we had like a meetup with what's it called? Like a Nigerian meetup in Darmstadt, and they were like the Kenyan community. Also, they joined that picnic or hangout rather, and it was really nice. So um, yeah, okay, IT hospital. That's really good. That's really good. There's a video I should be making soon. Maybe next week it should drop, and it's going to be talking about like the how's it called, the dark side of Ausbildung in Germany. So I've talked about like Ausbildung in Germany, the benefit of it, and all of that stuff. But you also need to know that there's a dark side of Ausbildung in Germany that most people don't talk about, and you only find out about these things upon arrival. In fact, not upon arrival, upon signing the contract. And then it's more like you get stuck with the contract and it's difficult for you to get out. So I'm going to be talking about these things like raw truths, not hiding anything, because what I do on this channel is tell you guys about all of these things firsthand. Um, and also like travel stuff, vlogs, and everything. I always like to keep it pretty clean, so you are in you are in the right position to make your decision. So yeah, Christian, watch out for that video. And honestly, if you're already in B1, And I know before you come to Germany, you should already be in B2. That's a good one for you. Keep it up, and all the best till you get to C2. That's really good. And one thing you should also do is don't just end up doing like German courses and just ending in what's it called, writing or listening and all of that stuff. You should also make it a point of importance to practice speaking, because this is where most internationals have it and have an issue, which is speaking. And in fact, most of the people who write I have B2 in German in their CV, when they go for interviews with most of these German companies, automatically once you open the door and you sit down, they start speaking German to you, because they assume that yes, you wrote on your CV that you understand what's it called, German. Understanding German involves that you speak, you can listen, you can write, and what's the fourth one again? Oh man, I forgot. But like the four categories, you can be able to do everything. So they start speaking like German, core German to you. The moment you start stuttering, like you don't even comprehend anything they're saying, you're going to get a negative feedback on that job. So learn to have conversational German, not just learning German, but practice, speak. Because apart from every other category, speaking is the most. You see speaking, you see listening, and you see what's it called, writing. Because those are the core you'll be doing in an office environment. You send emails, you write in German. You have meetings, you speak in German, and then you have to listen to your boss in German. So uh, Christine, good work. I hope you get up to C2 by the time you come to Germany, and all the best with your Ausbildung application. And if you are on this live stream, you can always apply through ausbildung.de. There you're going to find so many opportunities. You can be with Deutsche Bahn, you can be with what's it called? In the gastronomy, that's hotels and all of that kind of stuff. There are so many Ausbildung offers you can take advantage of if you want to go that route. I am stuck at the referee page while trying to apply to be in the pool. I can see educational establishment, but I don't really know how to go about it. I don't understand your question. At the referee page, but if you have referees, then you should be able to go past that stage. I don't know. Like, what part of the referee page, like application, are you talking about? Just be more specific so I can relate. I'll be waiting for the video. Turn on your post notification to get updates when I post that video. And it will do you a lot of good when you have the right information at your fingertip. The next question here, okay, reading. Yeah, reading, genau, reading. Oh my God. Oh, that's it. One thing with learning German is sometimes it messes your English. So, yeah, thank you for that, reading. So that's listening, speaking, reading, and writing. From Otago Olaniyi, if one is financially constrained with a primary focus to get a part-time job as soon as possible, would you advise one to live in a bigger city like Berlin or Frankfurt, or a smaller city? I will advise you to live according to your size, because it's different from where you're coming from. There's no one here to help you. For example, if you lose your job, yes, you can go to the job center, Agentur for Arbeit, but then again, you need to also know that you're here as an international student. There are certain things you can do and not do. So I would advise you to live in a smaller city where you can have a control of your rent, of your expenses in a month, because living in a bigger city comes with a lot of price. Apart from the fact that you have to pay an expensive accommodation, a lot of things are like on the increase. I know there's like a price control here, but then again, if you live in a bigger city, it comes with bigger expenses. If you live in a smaller city, then it comes with smaller expenses. So, from my point, I highly recommend you, if you have financially, if you are financially constrained, then it's better you live in a smaller city, at least till when you're done with schooling. Then you can move to a bigger city, because when you're living in a bigger city, you have a good job. All of those things don't matter to you anymore. So, from Akanyi, I really don't want to bust your name, but let me just, I think it's Enoch. I'm also in Germany starting my volunteering on 1st of March. I want to do IT system integration. Wow, congrats. Um, and what part in Germany are you doing your volunteering? And would you like to share, like, how is it called? Like the whole process. If you would like to share, I could bring you up. You just talk about it briefly. So in case people who want to, um, people who want to, what's it called? Come for volunteer, true volunteering, can just hear from you firsthand. I'm going to Old Home under Caritas. Okay, Caritas is a really good organization, I must say. So, Enoch, if you want, I could bring you up. You just talk about it briefly, and then you can leave if you want to. Just give me a thumbs up in the comments, and I'll send you the link to come up. Okay, so I think Strasbourg. Yeah, okay. Caritas is a really good organization, and they could connect you, honestly. Oh, it's not intensive. It's only 2 semesters. Okay. And it's a master's program. Like, wow, I never heard of that though. I mean, most master's program are like 2 years, which is like the normal. Although not everyone finish within 2 years, because studying in Germany is a hassle. It's different here. It's a different ball game. Oh, nice. Enoch, would you like to come up, or you don't want to come up? I just want to interact with you, instead of from the comment. I can see these guys from Ghana, and shout out to my Ghanaian people. Like, I was in I was in Berlin. If you follow me on Instagram, you should already know this. I was in Berlin last week, I think, and I and my friends from the UK were looking for like African food, like Nigerian food, because we're all Nigerians. Okay, the other guy is British Ghanaian, so we're looking for like place to eat African food, and then we found this place in Berlin. I think it's called African Port. Shout out to you guys, and these guys came through. That's the first time I actually tested Ghanaian food. It's called Wache, I think. Wache. And yo, like I really enjoyed it. Like I can't wait to have it again. It's really nice. So I'll also be going for my volunteer visa next week here in Ghana. We're doing mine on the okay, you'll be doing it under elderly care. Okay. So one thing you should know, I don't know if I should say this, but you should understand, if you're going for that, if you're going to be, they're going to ask you questions concerning this whole volunteering stuff. They're going to ask you how you got to know about it. They're going to ask you what you're going to be doing, and who's your like the person you'll be reporting to, the primary organization, and then they're going to ask you after your volunteering, would you come back to Ghana? What are your plans? That sometimes they don't ask you directly. They ask you what are your plans after your contract expires, because it's usually for 1 year. Well, I think 1 year or 2 years, but they're going to ask you a tricky question. What are your plans afterwards? In essence, they're asking you, would you come back to Ghana after your volunteering program? So some people fell into that trap, and you know the rest of the story. So, but you should know how to answer that, and if you're able to answer that, you get your visa and you'll be in Germany. Okay, you want to come up? Okay, I'll just send you the link. I really want to hear from you. Like, I know there's not so much time, but I really want to hear from you, even if it's like 10 minutes before I wrap this up. Um, so, Enoch, just click on the link I sent to you, and you should be able to join the live stream. I want people to learn, like, hear from you, uh, about this. And just so you know, there are lots of opportunities which you could come to Germany with. You can come to Germany as a true Ausbildung, just like Christian was talking about. You can also come to Germany with the au pair program. If you are able to land a good family, I'm telling you that family can change your life. They can connect you after you finish your au pair. If you're able to come to Germany, maybe through sports, as a footballer or like an athlete, maybe you have to run. You can also do that. There's so many companies that could take you on that basis. If you want to come to the opportunity card, the only thing about the opportunity card is just 1 year. And if you're unable to get like something, then you have to return back to your country. Okay, we have Enoch here, and I'm just gonna bring him up real quick, and he's gonna give us like his own experience. I'm gonna ask him some questions, and yeah,
Hello,
how you doing, Enoch?
I'm good.
On good,
Um,
good, good.
can we speak English? Uda?
Yeah, we can speak English because of my audience. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm Akanyuka Enoch and I come from Uganda.
Okay.
Yeah, I came to Germany last year on on 15th August. Now I made 6 months now in German with I came as an au pair. Then I talked to my family. I wanted to change so quickly.
Yeah.
Then they supported me and I was able to get a volunteering place that starts on March
Okay.
1st. And yeah, I'm having only 1 week.
So tell me, like the whole au pair program, like how was it? Was the application like easy from your country?
No, the application was not easy because you remember if you go back, I used to chat with you, but it was in the comment section
Okay.
when
Wow.
I used to put some message in the comment section, but it was not easy because I went on waiting list for 1 year and a half.
Wow.
Then I was able to get the family, but it was not even easy because they gave me 10 days to be having the family. It was
Yeah.
really common. I went into fasting and praying, but really it was really a mess.
Wow. Wow.
But
And
God helped.
was there a time? I hope I did not ignore your comment. Did I ever reply to your comment?
Yeah, you read it. I remember you were on live. You read it, and because
Okay.
you said you will come, because I had that ego coming to German, German, German every
Yeah.
time I said yeah. But when I landed to German now, the pressure.
Do you like it here?
Yeah, I like it here, but really things are
It's not easy, I know, especially when it's like still the beginning of when you just came to Germany. It can be really, it can be, I don't know, it can be stressful, it can be annoying, especially with all of the bureaucracy and stuff. Yeah, so yeah,
bureaucracy bullshit, even the immigration. I mean, reading German, but you have to, the paperwork is too long also.
yeah, that's true. That's very
Yeah,
true. Coming from your country or maybe from my country, most of these things are done with the snap of a finger. But when you come here, the thing you hear about Germany is different. You need to be patient with a lot of things, and
Yeah.
I truly understand. So, tell me, like, what was the reason why you stopped the au pair after 6 months?
Yeah, like when I came to Germany, uh, in the month of October, I was involved in an accident.
Oh, sorry about that.
Then I lost my two teeth, and it was a bike accident. But you know, that's that's the chance I used with the family to tell them what I want.
So, like, a blessing in disguise. Okay.
I thought I can really finish 6 months and you let me go.
Wow. So presently, what are you doing now? You're doing the volunteer, right?
Yeah, I have already the contract on
Yeah.
this week. This week, I'm just going to get the Bescheidung. Yeah, that's working paper.
Yeah. Bishani gone.
Yeah, then I start working on March.
Wow. Wow. Really happy for you because a lot of people come to Germany and maybe not satisfied with the route they came, and then they just stay there suffering and stuff without speaking. They don't even know how to go about these things. But you're able to know at the earlier stage, and you're able to switch. It was easy for you to switch from the au pair program to what's it called, the volunteering program. And before you finish your contract, try to know what you really want to do in Germany, so that trans how do you say it? Moving from what you're doing to the next thing would be easy for you. Yeah. So don't
Yeah,
wait till your contract expires.
yeah. Like what I'm planning is like I want to work with these guys for 1 year and 6 months. That's 18 months
Okay.
because all his house building starts in September, August, I think.
Okay.
And my
Okay.
contract is ending next year in Feb, and really, it's really a tight thing. And when you want something for house building, you're not able to have made it.
Okay. No
Yeah,
problems. Anyways, I just wanted you to share your experience, and I'm really happy that you've been part of this channel, supporting this channel, and I'm happy also that I responded to your comment. I would have felt bad if I did not respond. But in case you have any questions whatsoever, feel free to send me a DM on Instagram, and I'll always respond to you. Okay. And
yeah.
what city are you say you're staying in Schwabach, right?
No, I'm in Regensburg, but I'm traveling to Schwarzenbach.
Okay, okay, no problems. So you can always reach out to me. And if you want to connect to your Ugandan community here in Germany, you can also let me know and I'll connect you with someone. He's a really good friend of mine. He's an athlete, he's a model, and he's really carrying Uganda um on a really good slate here in Germany. He lives in Frankfurt, and honestly he's doing so well for himself and for your country, Uganda. So if you would like
Okay,
to connect with him, just send me an Instagram and I can connect you guys together.
okay, thank you very much.
No problems. And thanks for coming on my live. Okay. I wish you all the best. Thank you so
Okay,
much.
nice to meet you.
Same here. Freud
Thank you.
mich. Ciao, ciao.
Welcome. Thank you.
Wow. Whew, that was a good one. I'm really happy. Like, yo, my community is expanding. This is someone from Uganda and someone with the name Yasin. I think he's from, I don't know, maybe Turkey or somewhere. But yo, I'm so happy like meeting all these guys. Um, I saw something. Enoch, how can I contact you? Maybe through email or something. Uh, I'll come back to your question, Marvin. Just um how can I contact you? Maybe through email or something. Okay, so Amgu, I hope I'm pronouncing your name well. Um, you can tag him in the comment, and Enoch, If you're okay with it, you guys can share your Instagram handles. Maybe that is more safe instead of leaving your email on a public place. So you can share your Instagram and then you guys can connect and help each other. Please, that's the reason why I make all these videos I make, to help people. So also within the community, you can help yourself. So Enoch, please, if you can, share your Instagram handle if you have one, so you guys can talk. So let me go back to the question here. No, no, that was not it. Okay, yeah, that's the one. It's me again, Sam. Someone recently made a bold step in sharing his visa rejection at the Nigerian embassy as a result of his birth certificate. If you will permit, I will cut and send the messages. Um, it was on the group, right? On the WhatsApp group, right? If it's the same one, then I can actually relate to it, or you can just share it if you want. Um, for how long have you stayed in Germany? Okay, I think this is my third year. This should be my third year in Germany, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe more, but I think this should be my third year in Germany. And I was able to understand a lot of things too soon, and that's why I made my decision. Because I said in the earlier part of this stream, I came through a university, Darmstadt, but I wasn't finding it easy, and I really didn't like the pattern of how things were done there. So I had to switch really quick. And most of my friends who are still there, when they ask me what semester are you presently, and I tell them I'm almost at the end of my studies, like currently I'm preparing for my thesis, and they're like, no, no way. Yeah, I came with a lot of determination, to this new university. Imagine doing the whole courses or modules in that semester while I'm working, So, yeah, Christian, it's my third year, I think, in Germany. Yeah, if my maths is actually correct, it's my third year. But what's the next one? Okay, I already read this. No problems. Peter Schön, freut mich, Enoch. So there's something I really wanted to talk about before Marvin comes back. And honestly, Marvin has really been on this channel. Like, bro, like I always see your comment in most of my videos. Thank you so much. So I just a moment. Um there's something I really want to talk about so I don't forget. So throughout this live stream, we've talked about study and work. We've talked about opportunities in Germany. Please don't limit yourself to Germany, right? Yes, Sami is based in Germany. Sami talks about Germany. Sami talks about opportunities in Germany. I also try to talk about opportunities in other parts of Europe. But just so you know, there are so many, a million opportunities in other parts of Germany, in places like Sweden, in places like what's it called? Not Malta. Malta is a tourist destination. In places like Denmark, in places like so many of these countries, I can hardly remember them. And that's the reason why I need to talk about this again since I have more people here. Please, like, I'm currently planning a project where I'm going to be traveling to, I think, I think about 31 countries. I can't remember the actual number. I don't have the note on my workstation now, but like 31 or 30 countries. I'm going to be traveling to different parts of Germany, countries, Luxembourg, France, name it. Like, and the reason why I'm going to this country is not because I want to tour Europe or I just want to go on a like chilling or vibe stuff. No, I'm trying to create a story behind it. Number one, people always say Europe looks the same. It's the same everywhere. The same kind of jobs. There are no opportunities in some places. And the reason why I'm creating it is to tell you a story that actually there are so many opportunities that abound in most of these European countries that people don't even talk about. It's all about, if it's not Germany, I come through. It's Austria. If it's not Austria, I'm coming in. Then it may be Switzerland or like any of those places. Do you know that you can come into Germany in the future if you go through a country like Lithuania, or you go through a country like what's it called now, Luxembourg or Belgium? Most people don't really care about these places. They always go into one channel, which is Germany. And as time goes on, it becomes the whole process becomes saturated. Like, you have so many people in Germany. But when you, in the future, you say, okay, the end point is Germany, but since the application through my country is becoming a little bit difficult, then I can go through Lithuania. I can gain some experience there. I can go through Switzerland. I can go through Sweden. I could go through what's it called now, France. I could go through Belgium. I could go through Netherlands, which is like a hotcake also in Europe. If I have my way, if I get a job, like a full-time job in Netherlands, I will go to Netherlands. And you can also watch a video from Fidos. Fidos also creates videos. She lives in Netherlands. She works there now. So if I have my way and I get a job in Netherlands, I would pick a job in Netherlands, because there are so many opportunities. And where I work currently, I have the opportunity to speak with different people from the US, people from Europe, people from Netherlands, people from France. And I ask them questions. I'm not asking them questions because I just want to ask. I'm asking so I could also inform my audience. I'm asking them so I can also know and be aware of some of these opportunities. So don't always think about Germany, Germany, Germany. And that's the essence why I'm making this video, or rather this project that's upcoming. So you want to turn on the post notification on my channel so that you can you can be informed with all of these places I'll be going to. I think the first place I went to was Poland. And from the comments, they're already telling me come back to Poland. In fact, they're suggesting places I should go to in Poland. They're talking about Gdansk. They're talking about some other places apart from Warsaw. And that's the reason why I'm making these videos, because on the comment section, you are not seeing people who don't live in Poland. You are seeing people who live in Poland, so they understand the system better than people who don't even live there. And that's the essence of me creating all of these videos. So the next point I'll be visiting, I think, is Denmark or Luxembourg. I'm yet to make like my decision on that. So turn on the post notification, subscribe to my channel if you're not already subscribed. And also you can follow me on Instagram at Sammy is SAMMY. I can put it at Sammy sorry. At Sammy. Follow me to stay updated. I always post everything I'm doing on my Instagram story or the posts, so you can know when I'm in this country. You can ask questions, because when I go to some of these countries I'm talking about, I'm going to be speaking with the locals. It's not just me going around and talking. I'm going to be speaking with the locals. Like, the opportunities that in that place, are foreigners welcome? What's like the standard of living in that place? I don't want to be speaking from the comfort of my home, but I want to speak from directly from the field, so people can understand that these are locals from there, not me just researching on the internet and then I make a 10-minute video and say, oh, this is why you should come to Sweden. Sweden is this, Sweden is that. No, I want to actually speak from that place, like Sweden, for example. So if you're not already subscribed, like I said, subscribe to my YouTube channel and keep watching my videos. That's the only way I'm motivated to make more insightful videos for you guys and to give you opportunities. And if you're yet to follow, what is it called, join my Telegram channel, you can join my Telegram channel. The link is already in the chat. You can join it. And if you want to come to Germany directly, you can also join like the WhatsApp group. But there it's restricted, just Germany, strictly German stuff. But if you want to explore other options, you want to school in Lithuania, you want to school in Switzerland, you want to school in Belgium, you want to school in Netherlands, or you're looking for job opportunities in Netherlands or Switzerland or Sweden, any of these places, then you can follow my, what's it called, join my Telegram channel. And don't just follow. I always talk about reactions. When I see reactions on every post, then I dig deep to search for opportunities for you guys. But when I'm not seeing it, then it feels like you guys don't care about it. So the only way you can motivate me is showing me that you really want this. Okay, so turn on the post notification and stay tuned on that. Also, do make it as a point of importance to also do research on your own. Like, people always say, "Oh, LinkedIn it's overrated. There are really no jobs." No, but people are getting jobs from LinkedIn. People are getting jobs from Glasgow. Glassdoor. Sorry, people are getting jobs from like Indeed. People are getting jobs from directly from the company's website. So you need to be proactive. You need to do things. And my own is just to make things easier for you by making videos, by making live stream. And as a point of let me even ask you guys, like, would you want me to be doing this live stream continuously? I want to see it in the comment. I want to see it in the comment. Do you want me to continue doing live streams like this for you guys? Because at the point, I think I was just more focused on long form videos and shorts, but I started speaking to friends of mine who are like really experienced in all of these things, and all of them will be coming live on different occasions. So I'm going to be posting a flyer for next week. I'm going to be having a friend of mine. He's really, really vast in all of these things. In fact, he speaks German, I think, up to C2 level now. Like, even can speak have conversational German, not survival German, because in Germany there are two types of German. There's the survival German, and then there's the conversational or the real professional German. That is, you can speak and understand. Survival German is the one you hear on the street. Like, they just speak the as I speak English, I imagine how it sounds in German and I mix it up. You understand what I'm saying? So, but this guy understands German, like conversational German. So he's going to be live streaming with me next week. So save the date. I think it should be around the same time. I'm going to leave the flyer and the link on Instagram so that you can also join and on the WhatsApp group. And I think I forgot to put it on the what's it called? Mm, I think I forgot to put it on the Telegram channel, but my bad. All of my people from Telegram, I'm sorry about that. I did not forget you guys. I'm going to leave like the next streaming link there so you can join there. So if you really want me to continue this live stream, I want to see it in the comment section. And we can also not just do live stream on YouTube, we can also do on TikTok. I see someone asking the question. Yes, is TikTok allowed? Where's that question? Is TikTok allowed in your location? If yes, you can do live stream on TikTok. Yes, it is. As a matter of fact, wait, I can paste my link on TikTok and you can join. And yes, you're actually right. I just wanted to, once in a while do this on YouTube since I post more videos here. And um, just a moment, I'm going to post my TikTok handle in this live stream. Just a moment. Um, yeah. So you can um, you can actually join. You can follow me on TikTok. That's it. And I think if I can multi-stream on both YouTube and TikTok, that would be nice. But if I can't, then I can do both. At the same time. But we can always alternate it. So yeah, so what was I even saying? Okay, you guys should keep it locked and always turn on the post notification so you can get informed. What do you think about accounting and finance jobs in Germany? It's wonderful, especially if you're able to land a job with an international firm, and if you have the what's it called, the certification for finance or accounting in German, like the just like you have ICANN in Nigeria. I think they also have something like that here in Germany. And once you're able to get that, bro, you're a hot cake. You're a hot cake because most companies always employ personal accountants. So what they do is those are the people who run everything finance for them, and because they have the license, yeah, that's the word. They have the license to practice. They can do it, and you earn good money. You don't even have to do it with just one company. You can do it for multiple companies. How was life for you in the first year? It was tough because coming from Nigeria, we are different people. Like you can wake up in the morning and say hi to your neighbor. You know that kind of stuff. It's way different in Germany. It's like totally different. I was even homesick at first, but in the long run, I had to speak to myself. I had to motivate myself. Like this is the reason why you came here. You came for lots of opportunities. You came for a better future and stuff. So you need to motivate yourself. But I had to struggle with a lot of things, like understanding how the train system worked. That's the public transportation system. I had to struggle with that. Most times I would drop or like alight from a wrong station and then I'll have to walk. I didn't know anything. Like I was just moving, like that. Sometimes I use Google Maps, something that I'm supposed to, before I started using Google Maps, something I'm supposed to just stroll, I'll end up walking the whole place. Because in Germany, most of the locations you visit are all centralized. You just have to know how to connect all of them. And then also like my Ameldon documentation was a bit, oh man, like I was lucky enough to get accommodation from my home country, which made things a little bit easier. But the only thing that was a struggle was getting appointment for extending my visa, and also like the social security number. That was the thing. And then my tax ID. I got pissed that I had to go directly to some of these offices and tell them like I need this because I had jobs I was already applying to do and they keep asking for these things. So I had to, like a Nigerian guy, Nigerian that I am, I had to walk there. I had to tell them I need this stuff, and they gave me. And then they said, "But as we are giving you, we are still going to send the paper to your what's it called, to your briefcase." I said, "No problem. That's your mailbox." I said, "No problem. You can also send it." But yeah, the first year it was a hassle, but I mean, I learned from all of those um things, and it made me a better person. It made me to be independent. It made me to know how to decide, take certain decisions, without consulting people. So yeah, I mean, for you, I'm making all of these videos, so it might be like a soft landing for you guys. You might not have to go through all of that kind of stress if you watch all of my videos. So yeah, that was all about my first year. But within that first year, I also met lots of amazing people who, at some point, guided me towards certain things. In fact, my first job in Germany, I got it through like this guy from, I think, Bangladesh. If you're watching this video, you know yourself. He's not the social media type, so I won't mention his name. And that's how I got the job, and also like the present job I'm doing. So that's the essence, excuse me, that's the importance of networking with people. No man is an island. Don't just come to Germany and say, "Oh, I'm just going to do everything by myself." Trust me, it's not it's not something you can do on your own if you don't have the right guidance. You might know all of these things through videos, but you still need guidance at some point. So yes, Afiz, I'm going to um yes, I'm also going to leave this link on the comment section. It's also on the description of my channel. So if you're yet to follow me also on not Twitter, on TikTok, you can follow me on TikTok. And my first live, I should do that maybe after next week or within the week, just to tell people about the kind of content I post there is similar to what I post on TikTok. It's similar to what I post on what's it called, Instagram. So keep it locked and let's keep going, and let me keep supporting you guys. So I think that's the yeah, that's the if that's the handle of my TikTok. You can just click on the link. And also there's something before I end this stream, there's something I want to talk about. And it's really, really, really important. I'm telling you, forget about job, forget about school, forget about all the stuff. Forget, yeah, I won't say forget about German. Yeah, German is also important. Like I've talked about all of those things, but It's the thing about dating and socializing in Germany. Hey, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying you came to Germany to date or do any of those things, but most of these apps have categories. There are if you want to date, if you want to find friends like locals, if you want to interact with other internationals like not just Africans, like other people from like Spain, from like the US, from like other parts of Europe, you can also do that there. As a matter of fact, I've been able to get friends from most of this medium, and those friends sometimes recommend jobs for me. Sometimes maybe I don't meet the requirement of the job, but you see, because I have networking with them, I've networked with them, I've been able to create, that friendship or that relationship between these people. And when I see something I know they want, I also send to them. That's the essence. You're in Europe. You're not more in your country. There's a lot of importance attached to networking with people. And there was a group I also shared with a friend on WhatsApp, on the WhatsApp group, which is internationals in Frankfurt. So if you live in Frankfurt or nearby Frankfurt, you can also join that WhatsApp group. And what they do is on Tuesdays and I think on Fridays through the weekend, they organize hangout, and you're seeing people from all walks of life. Don't be scared. It's not in German, it's in English. Everyone speaks English there. And he went for the program once and he was praying for me. He was praying for me and thanking me. He doesn't even live in Frankfurt. He lives, I think, 1 hour from Frankfurt, but he comes for that program every Friday. He attends the event, and he's already seeing the importance of such stuff. So when I talk about socializing or dating in Germany, it doesn't mean I'm saying have a boyfriend. Just no, you. Yes, I will advise you if you want someone as a companion. Yes, you can get them on the app. You can get a boyfriend. You can get a girlfriend. You can get someone serious and stuff. If you want to socialize with people, you can also do it from the app. If you also want to network with people, you can also do it. There's something in Germany they call speed dating. I know when you hear speed dating, the first thing that comes to your mind is having a boyfriend or having a girlfriend or like romantic relationship. No, speed dating sometimes is about job search. So when you go there, there are a lot of companies. You can interact with people, you can network with people, you can get jobs easily. You can if someone can go to your CV and can recommend you to certain jobs. So that's the essence of this thing. I'm sure most of you, once I just say dating, the first thing is, oh, I don't want to have a boyfriend. I don't want to have a girlfriend. I don't want to cheat. No, I'm not saying cheat. All I'm saying is network with people. Dating apps is not just for relationship. It's rather you can also use it to network. Also search around in your different locations where you live in Germany. There are so many groups you can join. So that's the essence of when you come to Germany. That's the essence of moving abroad. You're not just moving abroad because you want to school, you want to get your masters, you want to maybe get a good job. Okay, you get a good job and one next, you know. So you need to socialize with people, and that's the essence why some people always say Germany is boring, Germany is boring, Germany is boring. Mm-mm. You are just the problem. I came to Germany, and after my first year in Germany, I was able to network with a lot of people. In fact, towards the first year of my stay in Germany, I met this group. I think it's called man, I forgot the name, but I met this very good group, and I was able to build network there. And all of them are all students. I was able to build network. There's students from Germany, students from India, students from Pakistan, students from the US, students from Sweden, like different walks of life. So the essence of that was we meet every once in a while and we share ideas, we share networking ideas where we could help ourselves. We do that because that's the only way you can grow. Germany is a country where people don't care. Like people don't care about how you feel or what you're doing or what you want to do next. No, everyone is just moving on a fast pace. But the only way you can educate yourself, the only way you can help yourself is networking with people like with who have like minds like yourself. And that's the only way you can do it. Because if you decide to just sit down and say, oh, Germany is, but no, try and go out, try and help yourself. And I'm proud of some of my friends that are already doing that, not just working and going home, but you need to enjoy where you're living. so it doesn't become boring. And then when it becomes boring, at the end of the day, you start getting depressed, especially in the winter, because that's one hell of a depressing weather, you know. So try to network with people, try to go for speed dating if you're like the job type, try to go for picnics, try to go for parties. I'm not saying go for parties to get drunk or to like just hang out and go home, but network with people. The first German friend I had in Germany was from a welcome party, a summer semester welcome party. And that guy was really helpful within the first period when I came to Germany. He told me a lot of things. He told me how to go about certain things, how to speak to people in Germany, and how to approach certain issues. I mean, yeah, one thing you say, oh, Germans are not easy people. You can't actually make friends with them. I'm going to give you an example now. You see, an American, people always say, yeah, Americans are like open minded people, but Americans are like a peach. You know the fruit called peach. It's soft on the outside, but hard in the inside. When you get in, it becomes difficult. That's how they are. But you see, Germans are like coconut. Germans are like hard on the outside, but when you eventually penetrate, it's juicy inside and it's sweet. And once you're able to penetrate, then you regret, you will not regret, you always be happy you made that decision, you know. So come out of your shell when you come to Germany. I know it's a lot of hassle settling down and stuff. Eventually when you do that, like try to network with people, try to meet people. And there's one app I'll always recommend because it's really good. You can always go on it and it's legit. You don't have to pay for it. It's called Hinge. I've seen most of their ads on different social media platforms. And honestly, you may, in fact, I met someone from who's from my YouTube channel, and she said she just wanted to say hi to me, not like anything serious. But once she saw me, like she wanted to say hi and stuff, and we connected already. So you, like, I don't know, I can't overemphasize on this issue, but it will do you a lot of good. Most of these things you struggle with, once you know someone who has been here for a while or a local, it makes things easy for you. So I think this is where I'm gonna call it a wrap. But before I do that, I just want to say, like, if you want me to do this more often, I want to see some reactions. I want to see some reactions in the comment section. If you want me to be doing this often, like I know Afiz already suggested I should also do that on TikTok. Yeah, I will do that definitely because there I have more reach and more people will have like a convenient site where we can do this. So if you want me to do this, like I need to be motivated. I want to see that you guys really need this. I want to see like a reaction. I want to see comments under this comment section there. Drop something. Yes, we want you to do it. Yes, let's go. Come on, let's do this. Yes, we want to connect on TikTok. We want to connect on live stream. Bring more people on the live stream. Let's do this always. And honestly, I'm going to make it as a point of importance to always do it. I'm going to put it in my calendar to always live stream because I do a lot of live stream on different things, like on different channels, Twitch, and I think here majorly for this what I'm doing now. But if I'm able to see people saying yes, do it here, more of live stream, bring more people. I'm telling you, I have friends who have been in Germany for a long time, who understand the system, who understand Europe in general, and they can help you have a soft landing. But I don't want to bring them here, and then I'm not seeing people who are motivated. I'm not seeing people joining the live stream. I'm not seeing people sharing the live stream because you can also share to more people so people can benefit from it. And I don't want to spend someone's time and he's just here and nothing happens. So if you want this live stream to happen more often, like, see, I've been talking, but I'm not saying like the ginger, no motivation. Oh my god, you guys don't want to see this face again. Like okay, yeah, there's one. Yes, we have learned a lot. Thank you so much, Christine from Kenya, and I'm rooting for you for your German up to C2 level. Don't give up, and I'm also wishing you all the best with your hospital application. And if you come to Germany, if you are near my city, send me a DM on Instagram, and definitely, if there are things I can do for you, I'll definitely help you. So you have a soft landing in Germany, and that goes for every other person on this live stream. um if you're in Germany, and you happen uh come to Germany, definitely hit me up on Instagram, and if I'm close by, we could link up. I'm gonna show you a video or a picture if it's visible enough. I was walking, no, I was done walking and I was going home, and I heard people calling my name at the airport, and I'm wondering, like, who are these people? Like, who knows me as Frankfurt Flughafen? And when I turn, lo and behold, these are people from my YouTube, like, who have been following me from the WhatsApp, also from Facebook, where I also post some content, even though I'm not too serious there. And I was surprised, like, yo. So, and they told me, oh, we've been watching everything you do. This, thank me so much and stuff like that. Yeah, I saw the picture. This is it. That's me, even though my hair is so much there. These guys, in fact, these two, they are brothers, and this guy is their friend. You know what they came to do? They came, someone was coming from Germany who also is on the WhatsApp group, and they came. In fact, they got stuff for her because her bag was having issues. But they don't know her from anywhere, but through this platform. And then they got to the airport with a new bag for her, and then they made her they received her at Frankfurt airport to make sure that everything goes well, and even the other guy helped these brothers when they came. So, like, whenever I see stuff like this, it makes me happy, it makes me motivated. I'm here, like, my little self here, making videos and putting out there, but I don't know it's affecting people, like, in a positive way. And that's the essence of this. Whenever I see stuff like this, like, I'm so motivated to do more videos like this, to go all out to search, even though it might be against maybe my schedule. I still go all out to search for you guys. And when I see stuff like this, I'm like, yo, I have to still do this for people. Because one thing I like about what I'm doing is giving out information to be, which is helpful for people. Yes, definitely, Christian, I'm going to make that always be done video. As a matter of fact, I was already scripting that video. I can show you. I was already scripting that video. This is it. I was already scripting that video. After I post, like, the next video this week, the next one for the hospital will be next week. So turn on the post notification. Um, so you can watch that video when it drops. And thank you so much for the support. Um, TikTok will get more views, and yes, I'll be there always whenever you're streaming. Even here on YouTube, I'll be there. Thank you so much, Afiz. Afiz, I know you are meant to reach out to me for consultation. My consultation for you, even if it's 1 hour, I don't care. If it's 2 hours, I don't care. My consultation for you is free. I'm not going to charge you for anything. It's free. Anytime you want to reach out to me, you can reach out to me. As well as Christine, if you want to do like a consultation, it's free. You guys are the real MVP. Like, if this was TikTok, I think there was a place I could do like a clapping thing, but I can't do that here, I think. So, yeah, thank you so much for joining this live stream. I'm sure you benefited a lot from it. If you're yet to subscribe to my YouTube channel, like, right now, take out that time. It takes like few seconds. Take out that few seconds and just subscribe to my channel. If you're yet to like, watch my videos, yes, follow me on Instagram at Samistics. I always drop content there in reels form, and some other things happening in Germany and in other parts of Europe. I do that on my Instagram as well as my TikTok. So you can hit the link I shared, or you can check my description box on my page, on my channel, and then follow me on all social media platforms. Thank you so much for the support. Thank you for always coming through and joining my live stream. And trust me, with all of this I'm saying, I'm going to do more live streams for you guys on YouTube, on TikTok. And yeah, we can see where it goes from there. And stay tuned, keep it locked in to next week. I'm going to be bringing a friend of mine who is, like, really grounded in this whole thing. And he's, like I said, he speaks good German up to at least C2, if I'm not mistaken. And yeah, and after that, there's a friend of mine also I'm going to bring. He's been on my channel once, and a lot of people could attest to that, that he's really grounded in this. So It's so much talking. I actually wanted to do this for like an hour, but it's almost 2 hours now. Yeah, we do this again next week. Keep it safe, stay locked in. If wherever you are, I love you guys. Stay motivated and peace out.